Hi, I'm Noob Raven and I like to play scary games. Today I will talk about a game that changed the horror gaming industry forever. A game that IGN described as mediocre at best. But the players who played it led it on a redemption arc that it did not need in the first place. Let's talk about Alien Isolation. There are two kinds of horror. Something that is objectively a horror experience, and something that invokes a sense of fear and dread on a subjective level for each person. Sci-fi horror is the latter kind for me, and Alien Isolation just so happens to fit that description. If you're here watching, you either completed the game, or you're just an Alien film fan at the very least, so I do not have to explain the premise of the game. All you need to know for now is that there is a woman searching for her lost mother, a relentless alien predator standing between her and the information she is willing to risk her life for.
Can I help you?
I need to get into comms control. It's urgent.
That is a restricted area.
It's an emergency. Don't you realize what's going on?
Apollo has the situation in hand. Your registration is almost complete.
Forget it. I'll find my own way in.
I wouldn't advise it.
Some kind of tracker. It's been modified.
Is there a problem?
No problem.
In the beginning I said that this game changed the horror gaming industry. But how? Something that Creative Assembly, the developers of Alien Isolation, did perfectly is the design of the now famous unkillable stalker enemy. I've played a lot of games since 2014 that tried to recreate the lightning in a bottle, but not many that actually succeeded. And they all seem to miss one crucial thing: the lethality. While you're roaming the dilapidated hallways of Sevastopol Station, there is almost no room for error. The developers did not set up easy to use crutches on which you can rely on to get you out of a misstep or a mistake. Once you make one, you're probably dead. The last sound you will hear is the heavy stomps on the metallic floor getting near, and if you're lucky, they will be in front of you and you will see the dread approaching as it swallows you. Ripley is an engineer, which means that there is a crafting system that allows you to create items. Those items are tools. Tools that you can use to traverse the hallways a little bit safer. From med injectors to noise makers and Molotov cocktails that will keep the alien at bay if used precisely and at the right time. But only keep it at bay. Because there is another genius system for which this game is so praised for. A system that gives the alien more than just primal rage and instinct at its disposal. It gives the alien intelligence. By now, the double AI system is well known in the gaming industry. One creature, two brains. First, a brain that represents the savage and unapologetic nature of the beast. The one that will command it to close the distance as soon as it sees you and end your quest for answers. Second, a brain that invokes true dread. Let me explain. The game is, by its nature, a slow grinding horror experience. You do not meet the alien a good quarter into the game length. All you realize, bit by bit, is that the human population of the station has descended into madness and is consumed by fear. But not the cause of said madness. It is then, without a ceremonial cutscene, without a slow motion introduction with epic music, that the alien slithers out from a vent in front of you, and you're left wondering there, scared and confused. Can I move now? Is it gone? The game expects you to just continue playing as you were before, as if it has not just presented in front of you an apex predator that changes the pace of the game so far in such a way that you will never feel safe to move again. This is the point in which the crafting system comes into play. You will relentlessly check the radial menu of items to craft, debating with yourself which of the scarce resources to spend and which item to create. There is no tutorial for each item. You have a name, a purpose you imagined it will do in a given situation, and that's it. What's left is to try and use it. If you're lucky and plan correctly, you will hear the heavy footsteps far away from you as you manage to trick the beast into looking elsewhere. If not, those heavy steps will mean death. As I've said before, the game is slow and it grinds you down. But there is light at the end of the tunnel, or in this case, in the last third of the game. The developers put the last cruel trap disguised as safety for you to rely on. The alien is a beast, and all beasts are afraid of fire. Hell, you've even confirmed that with the Molotov cocktails by now. But now, you get the flamethrower. It is easy to use, highly effective, at discouraging the alien from completing its goal. The only downside is the scarcity of fuel. So you learn to manage. 2 or 3 quick bursts, conserve fuel just enough to keep the alien at bay. It is at that moment of security that you feel that the developers pull the rug from under you. And if you're lucky, deliver the best horror experience you will remember a decade later. Do you remember me mentioning the alien's second brain? Well, it allows the creature to learn player patterns and, like a true predator, evolve. You pull the trigger once with perfect positioning. The creature is in front of you and you hear the shriek coming from its mouth. A hit for sure. The flames maybe obscure vision, but the shriek confirms it. Second burst and it should be running away to crawl into the vents and regroup. You pull the trigger, but you hear no shriek. All you see, if you are lucky, is a tail whip to the side and part of the beast sidestepping the flames. Your second burst ends. The muscle memory has already done its part. The game lulled you into a false sense of security and your hands react before your brain does. They stop the flame. The rug is gone and you're left with your ass on the floor suffering the consequences. If you're fast enough, you might fire a third burst, but by that time, it is already too late. You've lost control, and all you can see is the black mass standing in front of you, drooling, as it is about to shut your lights off for good. The second brain has fulfilled its purpose.